the Iowa legend herself, Kate Martin. Like a defensive back, we want to stay low, push to move, and cover some ground. You have to fight to stay in front of the offense, constantly staying low to move, and never letting the rope get tight.
Recall that Kate Martin Caitlin Clark was the 18th choice in the WNBA draft and her best friend.
With the 18th pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Las Vegas Aces select Kate Martin.
Fans were baffled by her rookie season with the Las Vegas Aces. We have an exclusive scoop for you because Kate's offseason is going to blow your mind. We have recently released film of her training, which is so tough it will leave your muscles sore. How does a collegiate star wind up sitting on the bench? Is this the transformation that transforms Kate from a bench warmer into a WNBA star?
Working with Kate Martin today, and oh my goodness, did she just touch the rim?
Imagine this. Kate Martin, fresh off back-to-back NCAA finals appearances with Iowa, enters the court for the Las Vegas Aces. The crowd roars with excitement, but instead of thunderous applause, she is greeted by an eerie silence. The one starter now watches from the sidelines, her role drastically different from her college days as the season progresses. When Martin's playing time plummets from a promising 20 minutes per game in May to a meager 9 minutes by September, the NBA stardom dream begins to seem far off, and Mirage fans start to voice their misgivings. Is Kate Martin truly destined for the major leagues? The question is becoming louder with every game.
Looking at the mock drafts online and just seeing, if my name was, in the conversation at all. And I didn't have an agent at the time, so I was kind of in the dark. And I was just talking to my coaches at Iowa asking, have you heard anything, what's going on?
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, her best friend, is burning the Indiana fever across the nation. For Kate, the bench turns into a lonely place while Legends' inaugural season breaks records, dominates headlines, and leaves fans in awe of the sharp difference between their lives. Every game, she misses or erodes her confidence, and the once unstoppable Iowa star starts to wonder if her basketball dream is over, or if she has reached her collegiate pinnacle.
We start the workout off with a movement series, working on our foot striking ability, doing an upright stance, something you might see with sprinters. Then some easy rhythm work on the court before going to the weight room. We use the weight room to help support our training on the court. So working on specific postures, positions, and how we express our strength explosively. We don't just want to be strong in a given lift, we want to be strong when we move. That's where I think some carries can be really useful for upper body work, along with learning how to use your body to actually push and move someone else's body.
But this is where Kate Martin's genuine personality comes through in the face of hardship. Rather than pouting, she is using this setback as motivation, using every minute spent on the bench as an opportunity to prove the skeptics wrong and reveal the truth about Kate's rookie season with the Aces. It demonstrates her tenacity that even with her limited playing time, she isn't giving up. In fact, she is more driven than ever. As Kate looks back on her rookie experience, she acknowledges that she has had her bad days and that she has kept me motivated, much as she did at Iowa. Kate has been putting in extra hours in the gym, watching game tape, and asking veterans for advice. This relationship with Caitlin has become her lifeline, serving as a continual reminder of the reasons behind her initial passion for basketball.
Yeah, it's definitely fun for us. It's fun for a lot of fans in the Midwest that, cheered us on when we were in college. I don't know, it's cool, getting to see one of your best friends live out her dream and then play against each other by the same time. It's definitely pretty weird for the two of us. We were teammates for 4 years. We got very used to that, and now going against each other, you love it, you joke about it, but at the same time, it takes some getting.
Kate Martin is a true champion in the making because of her quiet determination and refusal to give up in the face of adversity. This is the shocking truth that will make you root for her even more. Despite her struggles, Kate has remained a team player with no complaints or drama. She has been the ultimate professional, supporting her teammates and remaining prepared for her moment.
These drills are awesome because they're extremely competitive, and when something's competitive, it's fun and you try really hard. Then we take that same concept of competitiveness and apply it into our shooting drills. Working on the speed of our shot, then some of the eye tracking as well. I can't just sit on the sideline and get threes rained on me, so I had to hop in the drill. This one here works on our eye tracking as the ball comes in front of our vision. And this one right here works on us covering some distance. Drop, push to go, just like you saw in those lunges.
Maxwell Schmartzo, Kate Martin's trainer and the mastermind behind her off-season makeover didn't show up to play. Instead, he created a training program so intense that even seasoned pros would think twice. We're talking 5 a.m. weightlifting sessions that leave Kate's muscles screaming, explosive drills that push her to the brink of exhaustion, and her footwork exercises are so intricate that her feet become a blur of motion. Remember that girl who barely left the Aces bench? She's gone, and her own trainer couldn't believe his eyes.
Then once we're warmed up, we get in some footwork prep before moving into more basketball-specific drills. Taking that same concept of acceleration, but now applying it onto the court. These are turn and run full-speed finishes. The minute the ball hits the ground, Kate gets to go. I'm trying to tag her on the back, and if I tag her before she scores it, I get a point. If she scores it, she gets a point.
However, Shero emphasizes smart power above sheer strength, explaining that we want to be strong when we move rather than merely strong in a particular lift. This idea informs every facet of Kate's training. They combine weightlifting and on-court techniques to make sure that every bit of extra muscle results in performance that changes the game.
Acceleration day with Kate Martin. Yes, the Iowa legend. Even though she's a pro, we start off playing games with a frisbee. Why? Because it's fun, but secondly, it's competitive. When I tell you to go throw a frisbee, chase after it, and catch it, you're gonna run after it as fast as you can. And guess what that's called? Acceleration. So that's what we're working on.
Kate's days are filled with fast-paced kickbacks. Sing Sing Leg A Kangaroo would be envious of Romanian deadlifts and jump training, but it's not all grunt work. Schmarzo adds some twists with unorthodox exercises. Image Kate warms up by playing frisbee, which combines enjoyment with training for explosive acceleration.
Then we mess with some of that footwork that we were training earlier, but this time with the ball in our hand, working on swiping off an offhand and bumping the body. And then back to that old basketball thing with some acceleration shooting. One dribble creates space from the defender. I'm trying to go block the ball. The minute I hear the ball bounce, I can run after it. Then after the higher intensity work, we do some volume competitive shooting, keeping track of scores and trying to win specific spots.
The physical change is remarkable, but Kate is also improving her mental game. She studies sports psychology and visualization techniques every night, deliberately programming her mind for success rather than merely daydreaming about it.
Push-pull work before heading back down to the court to get our volume shooting in. Did some shooting from distance, did some shooting off the move. Yes, I'll be first to admit that I actually lost quite a bit of these competitions here today. Pace, rhythm, feeling, and timing. That's what we're looking for. And then to have a little fun with our body control, we did these balloon tap finishes. You gotta hit the balloon, then adjust in the air and make a fun finish. And get rid of the ball, jump as high as you can, tapping the rim or the backboard. Then get rid of the balloon and let loose and see what you can do.
Got it! Oh!
It's hard to see Kate's changes as the weeks stretch into months, but one particular instance during a regular workout highlighted how far she had come. Schmero's eyes widened as he gasped, "Oh my goodness, did she just touch the rim?" After Kate went up for a drill, and that one moment, which was caught on camera, sent shockwaves through the WNBA. With each demanding rep and early morning session, Kate Martin, who was benched the previous season, has formally put the league on notice. She is making it very evident to the Aces, to herself, and to the doubters that she is not only here to play but also to dominate. And as the new season draws near, one thing is becoming crystal clear. Not only has Kate Martin changed, but she's also prepared to change the game itself. If you've watched this far and found the video entertaining, please remember to like, subscribe, and enable all alerts. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, but let's get back to the action.
So now we're taking the walk. I got my lotion! We're taking the walk to the water slides. Come follow me.
Kate Martin's phone rings as she endures yet another exhausting workout. It's Caitlin Clark from Indiana. Not only are these two former colleagues, but they are also best friends and sisters, and their bond was formed by blood. As the Heat of Iowa navigate their debut seasons in the WNBA, their back-to-back trips to the NCAA championships have only gotten stronger. This friendship has turned into Kate's covert tactic. When things get difficult and the early morning workouts seem unachievable, Kate finds motivation in Caitlin's unfailing support in her.
Okay guys, we're back. Did you miss us? Because we missed you.
In addition to supporting them virtually, Caitlin recently traveled back to Iowa to celebrate their accomplishments and reminisce about their college years with Kate. It's times like these that strengthen their relationship and remind them both of the reasons they initially fell in love with basketball.
Some skills work, some weight room work, and some one-on-one. Today with Kate Martin, we started off in the weight room getting warmed up. The goal is to really work on our posterior chain. Being able to stabilize our hips and explode using our glutes are really important for basketball. So we started off with some high-speed kickbacks on the air resistance machine, some single leg RDLs, and some bilateral jumping and tracking our velocity during these movements to make sure we're putting out good efforts.
Just by being her true self, Caitlin is encouraging Kate to achieve new heights in their everyday interactions. Caitlin's openness about her personal difficulties, her sincere enthusiasm for Kate's development, and her persistent reminders of Kate's potential all combine to strengthen Kate with each phone conversation and text. Kate Martin isn't just changing her body and her game with Caitlin Clark in her corner. She's rediscovering her passion, drive, and belief in herself. And that may be the most potent transformation of all. As the new WNBA season draws near, Kate is regaining the confidence and joy that made her a star at Iowa.
So the WNBA suspends Becky Hammond for 2 games. They lose a first-round pick in 2025 because Derek Hamby says she was bullied for being pregnant, body shamed, just really harassed because of her pregnancy.
The ground beneath Kate's feet begins to change just when she believes she has her footing. As Kate Martin prepares for her sophomore season, a storm is brewing in Sin City. The Las Vegas Aces, the defending WNBA champions, are at the center of a controversy that is rocking the entire league. The teams are facing serious allegations of salary cap violations with whispers of underhanded deals and third-party payments to players. This could tear apart a championship roster. The Las Vegas Aces, once the picture of WNBA success, are suddenly embroiled in a scandal that could change everything. How will this impact Kate's hard-won progress?
For that, the league is investigating the Aces for potential salary cap circumvention. Back in May, the Las Vegas Convention Authority gave each of the players an additional $100,000 to basically be active in the community.
The Aces' loss of their 2025 first-round draft pick is a major setback for the franchise. But coach, it's not all bad news. Earlier in the season, Becky Hammond received a 2-game ban for violating workplace policies. The Aces management has gone completely silent, leaving fans and analysts to speculate about what might happen next after former player Daika Hami dropped a bombshell accusing the team of retaliating against her because she was pregnant. This led to a flurry of discussion about player treatment and ethics in the WNBA. The team's reputation is suffering, and the hits keep coming.
We have to get better. We have to really take a sharp look at ourselves, look ourselves in the mirror, see our shortcomings, and then, you got to make the moves necessary, whatever that means, to put the best product that we possibly can. It's not going to be the same group probably next year. It just won't. And I'm sad about that because I really like that group. They were a pain in my ass, but I was a pain in their ass too.
With all of this drama going on, Kate Martin is in a difficult situation. She has worked hard to improve her game and is prepared to prove herself. But will she even get the chance? There are rumors circulating about possible roster changes. Could Kate's position on the team be in jeopardy before she has had a genuine opportunity to demonstrate her abilities?
Then on the court, we work on a ton of defense. And after our defensive work, we work on some offensive acceleration, shooting, and scoring at the rim. A lot of these moves place a lot of demand on your hips. You have to be able to stabilize and load through the movement in order to explode up into your jump shot. Then at the end of it all, we play some live one-on-one. We want to work on trying different moves here. This is where you get to work on stuff you wouldn't always do in practice with a team. That's how you get better. And yes, I got caught slipping right here. She caught me leaning with some of those twitches. Then you can see some really good off-arm work here. Swipe the arm down, bump off, create space. This one here is really awesome. Check out all the space we create with this.
And now is when the exciting part begins. The Golden State Valkyries, the NBA's newest expansion team, are preparing for their draft. For athletes seeking a new beginning, this may be their lifeline. For a young player like Kate, who has dedicated her life to honing her craft, the controversy surrounding the Aces is about trust, integrity, and the team's very culture. It must be unnerving because she came to Vegas to be a part of a winning team, not to get caught up in a league-wide scandal. A scandal? We then practice a lot of defense on the court, followed by some offensive acceleration shooting and scoring at the rim. Many of these moves put a lot of strain on your hips. You have to be able to stabilize and load through the movement in order to explode up into your jump shot. Finally, we play some live one-on-one. Here, you get to work on things you wouldn't always do in team practice, which is how you get better. Yes, I was caught flipping right here, and she caught me leaning with some of this one is pretty great. Swipe the arm down, bump off to make room. Look at all the room we've created with this. All eyes will be on the aces and players like Kate Martin as the new season draws near. Will the team withstand the pressure, or will it fall apart? What does this mean for Kate Martin's future in the WNBA? There's no denying that the turmoil in Las Vegas is going to make Kate's sophomore season much more difficult than she could have ever imagined. As her second season draws near, Kate Martin's WNBA career is intensifying. She has worked hard to improve her skills, but now is where things become interesting. The intrigue surrounding the Aces adds a whole new level of excitement. Will Kate's efforts pay off in Vegas? Or is there another place for her to go? This season, Kate is carrying more than just her own aspirations when she takes the court. She is playing for every underdog who has been forgotten for the friendships that kept her going, and for a select few, she is determined to claim. Are you prepared to observe? Please let us know in the comments section, subscribe, and enable all notifications so you don't miss anything when Kate Martin writes the next part of her WNBA narrative. We'll see you in the next one. Click the video on the screen.